Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the fall semester 2021. Yeah, thank you. I see many names that I'm familiar with. One thing I don't like with this online class is that you don't see the face to put the face with the name. But it's good that I have some already I know in the group now. Wa alaikum assalam, Omar. Okay, I think we will wait for 2 minutes more for the others to join. Today's class will be just setting the rules. We will not get into the material of the course, but we will just go over the rules. Okay, assalamu alaikum again. For those who just joined in, I will start with an acknowledgement. This PowerPoint presentations are adopted originally with little modification from Dr. Basil Suidan and Dr. Doni Hartano, and other professors who taught the course before me. And we'll pause here a little bit with this acknowledgement to say what is the importance of this. We are about to start a course in ethical or engineering ethics. So part of the ethics is to give the due credit to the people that helped you in something, and not to use their work as if it is your work. So doing this to set the ground for this course. And I did this for many courses that I adopted the PowerPoint presentation from other professors, and some of you already took these courses and saw some acknowledgement like this one. Okay, so the course title is Professional, Social, and Ethical Issues in Engineering. there is a small change in the code for this course from previous years, because now this course belongs to the computer College of Computing, and that's why the college number and the department number have changed. Okay, my name is Dr. Hussein. For those who don't know me, I am from the Mechanical Engineering department. My contact information is in this PowerPoint, and it will be showing almost in every PowerPoint presentation that I will give you. It will be the first page where you can see my contacts, email, and the office location. We may not need this office location for now, but hoping that the situation will change and we'll go back to face, then you will need that. Office hours as listed here will be Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday from 11 to 12, which means for you right after the class, I will have the office hours. But yet for this week, I did not set it up. I will schedule a regular meeting in these times through Microsoft Teams. So then you can join at this time and then talk to me. Also on Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. So you have about 4 hours a week of office hours. Any other time other than those announced times, that will be by appointment. So you need to send me an email and ask to meet me at a certain time, and I will confirm the time or adjust it. Then we can meet through Microsoft Teams. Okay, the textbook reference for this course will be Engineering Ethics, Charles and Flederman, 4th edition. There are many other reference books in ethics that you can look at if you are interested, and you should be interested in the matter. Later I will put more emphasis on this course because people take it lightly. That's just informative, but it is the essence of the engineering work. There will be additional reading materials such as case study materials that you will look and find in the internet and other sources and read about it. Okay, and some of them are available in the book that we will discuss in the lectures, but later on when you select your project, you need to search for a topic from the internet. Okay, grading policy project will be 25, and midterm will be 30, and final 45. So this course it's not like the other engineering courses that you take. We don't have problems solving, I mean numerical problems. Of course, we have many problems to solve here. And we will see later that techniques that we have learned in the engineering classes are to some extent similar to the techniques that we will develop to do the ethical approach, formulate the problem in ethics, and then solve the problem, ethical problem. Midterm time will be announced later. according to the situation that we have now for the COVID-19. It will be decided by the university, the midterm. So if we are to do it face to face, then it will be scheduled similar to the final exams that you come to the campus and do the exams here. The exams will be based on lecture materials, class discussions, and case studies. So you have to be really aware of the material that we are discussing in this class. The course description will start it with posting this question. What does it mean to be a good engineer? Okay. Maybe I will leave about a minute or so. If you can share, if you can share with me in the chatting what you think, the answer for this question. Okay, so we have one comment here. Do not steal other people's ideas. Okay. Teamwork, problem solving, creativity. Good. Okay. Reserving others' right. Okay. Honest, hard worker. Good. Okay. So all what you have shared with us is part of being a good engineer. Okay. But it's not limited to one being creative or good problem solver or can do things within the scheduled time or can keep the cost low. Okay. You could be doing all these things, still you are not a good engineer because you guys added more attributes that will make the good engineer. You looked at also at the moral side, not only at the technical side. So that's a good thing. It means that you are aware that the moral part is completing to the technical part to be a good engineer. Okay, so the course description will answer this question thoroughly to us. What is a good engineer? Okay. So the course will reflect on the ethical responsibilities of engineers, which can sometimes conflict with the technical responsibilities. To give example of that, okay, pressure to complete project on a schedule and under budget or just on the budget could conflict with the obligation to reduce the risk and protect the health and safety of the public. And this is where the ethical issue start, okay, when you are under pressure. I would put a good similarity to this situation, okay, is when tomorrow you have the midterm exam and you were busy doing other things, other courses, okay, and you have back-to-back midterm exams, so you did not study for this particular course. So under that pressure, you give yourself the right or the freedom to cheat. Okay, this is, by the way, a very similar situation to what you see outside in the work life. Okay. The objective of this course is to develop an understanding of the requirements of belonging to the engineering profession. And for those who took the introduction to mechanical engineering, we beat this engineering profession definition to death in that, but again, we will revisit that here in this course. Develop an understanding of the effect of engineering work on the society at large. Okay, so our engineering work is not just making useful products, making machines, making refrigerators, making washing machines. It does not stop there. Okay, we have to look into the effect of that product on the society at large, especially new products, things that people did not experience before, and it is a big jump. What is the consequences? What is the issues that will come with that new product? Develop an understanding of the ethical boundaries of engineering work. So we need to know what is the limits, okay? That within it we should be in performing ethically, and outside it we will be not performing ethically. I just want to apologize that most of the time my examples will be from mechanical engineering. This is because of my background, but I will try to bring examples from other disciplines to entertain the other students from other disciplines. So upon the outcomes of this course, as we know that all courses that we take in engineering are ABIT accredited, and ABIT accreditation will not accredit any program that is the courses are developed not based on the outcomes. Meaning in that the university has certain objectives and outcomes for its student at large. The college will have certain objectives that will serve the university objective. Okay, then the department will have certain objectives that will serve the college objectives, and then we have the course will have outcomes that will serve the department objective. So upon the completion of this course, the student is expected to have developed this outcomes, ability to handle ethical and professional issues relating to engineering, an understanding of the different codes of ethics for engineers. Because engineering as a whole, it has many disciplines under it. So we will see at the end of this presentation that we have some organizations that are developed for engineers at large, and there are some organizations that are developed for each specialty in engineering. An understanding of the rights and responsibilities of the engineers as an employee and or as managers. Ability to apply critical thinking to issues such as the responsibility, moral character, accountability, safety, risk, and liability. We will hit the risk towards the end of the course. We'll talk about it a lot because this is a very critical part in the ethical problems. Ability to discuss the impact of technology in modern society. And this is where I was relating to in the previous slide when I talked about having new products or making something that above the normal things or extra new, then we need to see what is the impact of that, because this technology, for example, the time that smartphones come about, there was a big discussion of this in the locality where these are produced, to see what is the effect of this technology on the society before releasing it into the society. Okay. Teaching method for this course will be short lectures, as you have or you know that we have only one class a week for 50 minutes only, and then we'll have class discussions, case studies, and then we'll have student presentation towards the end. So the course will be heavily graded towards continuous improvement of the by the student. Okay. What we need at the end, that you will be able to develop your own feel for the ethical evaluation. I'm going to explain in a bit about the case studies. Those case studies are investigated by people who are experienced in ethical issues, and gave us some solutions or some interpretation of the ethical problem and how it is resolved. But by the end of the course here, we want you as individual to be able to get that feeling of evaluating an ethical problem. Okay, so case studies, those are old engineering cases involving ethical issues. So people, after the development of the ethical codes, started to look at issues that developed in each engineering discipline, and then study these cases when things went wrong, and then see why things went wrong, and look for ethical problems with that. They typically have been studied extensively in the industry. There is a large amount of information about them, exploring different aspects there. Examples of case studies that we will look at in this course: the Challenger, the spaceship disaster, and then the Chernobyl disaster, and the Intel Pentium bug issue, and some others. The role of the case study in studying the engineering ethics will help us illustrate the ethical problems or demonstrate the ethical problem. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Marwan. Okay. Yes, that's what we're gonna see. He's asking that, do we mean that ethics in engineering has priority over the engineering, even if it affects the engineering project dramatically? we will see. Yes, it is, by the way, kind of gray line that it's not a solid line that we can draw there. Okay, but we will see later that the perception of people of a certain thing or the, what do you call it, uh, among the engineering society, for example, let's take the ASME. Among the engineering society, they're looking that engineers should do these things in spite of all the consequences that will affect the project. Okay, so they agree about the minimum things that they have to do as an engineer without affecting the people life and safety there. And later on we will see that when this case is taken to the court, then they will question one of the experts in the field, okay, and ask him the question that if you are in the same situation as this engineer, would you do the same or not? Okay, they call it the expert witness there, and then he will see the consequences and where your decision is made, and then based on that he will say no, I would have done better than that. Okay, or he will say yes, with these circumstances and situation I will do the same as he did. So the answer to you is yes, even if it is going to affect the project dramatically, you will have to go with the ethical things, because the life or the safety of the people at stake. Okay. Okay. So we'll continue. So the case studies will widely used to illustrate the problems encountered in the industry. The outcomes of these case studies is already known, okay, because people already investigated them, but it will pose to us a guideline, because we know that every problem is unique. So I cannot just take the solution from a different problem and apply it completely to the new problem that I have. But it will give you a guideline on how to approach the new problem there. That's why we are looking at case studies. Attendance for this course or this lecture is mandatory, and many of you who had classes with me know that I am very particular about attendance. Okay, because the simple fact that if you are not in the class, I cannot help you. Even now we have this recording, it makes things a little bit better, because you can watch the video afterwards, even if you miss the class, but you don't have the chance to communicate or discuss with me. So anyway, if you miss 2 lectures, that will be 10%, 3 lectures will be 15%, and 4 lectures will be FA. Okay, we will have group project. We'll have 3 to 4 students per project. And then we will have outcome of this project will be report plus presentation. The deadline will be announced for the project. Okay, we will put because we have many sections for this course. So we will have an online form that will be created where you will enter the names of the students as a group, and then the case study that they will be discussing. So we're making that to avoid students having the same case study or projects having the same case studies. So that will be developed on time to okay, there are some questions here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Omar. Even if you don't, that's a good thing that you don't know anybody in this class. So you get to work with new people because this is the fact of life. Then also, when do we form the project groups? I will let you know. And also, Mustafa, can we decide who will be in the group? Yes, you can decide who will be in your group. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay. And the attendance is mandatory for all the students in the presentation. Okay. You cannot say he contributed, but he's absent for the presentation. I know most of you do not like presentations, but I will tell you, the fact of life, being an engineer, you need this skill. You need to overcome the fear of standing in front of people and speak. Okay? You need to overcome that. You need to push yourself or push the limit, comfort zone around you to be larger and larger because you need this skill to be a good engineer. So if you miss the presentation, that will be a reduction of your points from your group. So it will not be a group mark. There will be a portion of it for the group work and portion will be for individuals. So not necessarily that all the 4 or the 3 in the group will have the same grade for the project. Classroom policies. We're starting with no chatting. Okay, you need to focus. Questions, as you asked now, please ask any questions during the talk. When I hear the sound alert that there is a chatting message, I will look at it and try to answer. Okay, and when you talk or of course, when you chat, you can chat at the same time. That's not a problem because I will look at it in the order that it was received. But when we speak, if you raise your hand, then I need to hear only one person at a time. Please try to make the class on time because if you miss 15 minutes of the class, what is left is only 2/3 of the class. So please make sure to be on time. And in times that I am late, more than 15 minutes, then you can leave the class or the class will be canceled after the 15 minutes. Of course, this rule was for the time that we were face-to-face. No food, no drinks. It's up to you to eat or drink. That's not a problem to me. But mobiles, please make it silent so you don't get disturbed by that. Copying or cheating will get 0, and I will make a big issue in this thing because the course that we're talking about here is ethics. So if you cheat in an ethics course, it's a big problem to me. Okay, you don't want me to catch you copying or cheating in this course. Okay, I will not tolerate that at all. I don't tolerate it in other courses, but for this course especially, I am not going to stop. Think that's about it for now. One thing here for the classroom policies is that I will sometimes pick names arbitrarily from the attendees in the class and ask you a question. Okay, and that question will be to you to make sure that you are there and you are alert. Alert means that you are following us in the class. So if your answer is that I'm not following, then I will consider you as absent. Okay, because I know some of the students just get the habit that they will turn it on and then go about their business and say, well, I'm going to listen to it later at my convenient time. That's true, but guess what? Things will pile on you, and then you will not be able to watch all the classes at one time. Okay? And if you watch it back to back, that will diminish your ability to understand and grasp the material there. Yeah, that's fine. If you don't know the answer, that's fine. Okay? But at least I'm going to follow you with another question that what we were talking about. So you should be knowing what we were talking about. Because the question, it will not be hard. It will not be a very difficult question. It's just to make sure that you are alert. Okay. Then we will look at the email etiquette. By the way, this is something that I found from Dr. Basil and Dr. Doni, and I liked it because I struggled for the last years with the students not following this etiquette while sending email. Okay, I'm going to go through it because it is important not only for the what do you call it, the for this class, but also for your future life as an engineer. Okay, so use your university email address, and this is very important. People use their Gmail or their private email to approach the instructor of the course, and this is not good. I can ignore your email, okay, and then when I am asked, I will say, I don't know this person. Okay, check your university email regularly, because I communicate with the students a lot through Blackboard, and Blackboard will send you an email with my communication. So if you don't follow that, you will miss a lot of good things and important deadlines and important directions. Do not assume that the email is read the minute that you send it. Okay, all members of the group has to be copied in the email. If the email is concerning the project or something like that, you need to CC the other group members. How to address your superiors, and superiors that are people above you in the hierarchy in the work life or in the college or university life. So such as like your boss. Okay, how to approach it. That's why we are emphasizing on that. not only for us as a faculty, but also to learn how to address your superiors in the work life. Write in English only. Okay? Yes, I speak Arabic and I can read Arabic, but I will not accept any email that is written in language other than English. Okay? Choose a short and meaningful subject to your email. An email without a subject is meaningless. Okay, because you know that your superiors are so busy to read every email that they receive. So they read it based on importance. So I need to know what is the content of your email from the title to see if I need to look at it immediately or I can look at it later. So if I don't see anything, I'm assuming that you are not urgent and this is not an important email, so I will look at it later. So that's an important thing to do, is to have an email title there. With your friends, you can send emails without any title. That's okay with them, but with your superior, that's impolite. Also, properly address the email. Be careful when using humor and sarcasm, because sometimes that will be reflected negatively on you. Okay, do not capitalize words. Some people like to write in capitals. This is not good. So you capitalize the word, the first letter of the word, if it is in the beginning of the sentence there. Otherwise, you don't have to. No emojis, and using acronyms that are not known or familiar will be also reflected negative on you. Write your name, university ID, and course number, because I have many students that I receive email from for other courses. So I need to know which course that you are in. Especially now with this online thing, I don't know. Before, I can tell from the name from which class this is student, but now I cannot tell. So please don't forget to put the class number or the name of the class. This is fine. And your name and your ID at the end of the email. To me, more important is the class number, because if you use your university email, then I can tell your name from that, and also I can tell your ID from that. But the most important is the course number. Keep the email short to the point. Do not attach large files. Okay, you can zip them, okay, or save them in a certain location where I can access them if needed. Check the spelling, grammar, and you have the spelling check in every email editor or any word editor, so please use it. Read your email carefully before hitting the send button, because sometimes things doesn't make sense. It makes sense on you, and this is, by the way, happened to everybody, even myself. Sometimes when you write things, you think what you thought is written in the email, and then when you read it again, you find that you missed a lot of things. You missed a from here or are here or something there that will make the sentence ambiguous, and the reader will not understand it. So before you hit the send, read the email again and make sure that it makes sense. Okay. If any of these things that are dashed in red is missing, okay, that means it violates the policy for or etiquette for email. Then I don't have to respond to you. I will consider that email is not sent to me. So let's please stick to these rules. And these rules, as I said, is very beneficial to you when you are in the work life, when you are talking to your superiors. As I mentioned before that there are ethic codes for engineering organizations, and I'm listing them here, putting links for you uh, to check it. I'm not going to go through this, of course, but here we have the National Society of Professional Engineers, and this is a society that will encompass under it all engineering disciplines. And then we'll see after that there are some specialized architecture, civil, mechanical, electric, and electronics, and then chemical. And, uh, and then here we have also a link for cases, okay? Case studies that you can read or look into there. So please go back to these links later on when you need any of these ethical codes or searching for topics for your project. Tentative lecture schedule is listed for you here, and you can see on the right here the reading from which chapter in the book that follow or pertain to these topics that we will discuss. Midterm, as I mentioned, it will be TPA. It will be announced later based on the situation there. So we finish the topic for today. If you have questions, please raise them. Okay. We do not have quizzes. No, there is no quizzes. I go with the coordinator for this course. This is not my course. So, but if it is my course, I would have done some quizzes, because quizzes will get you started on the material of the course as early as possible, rather than just waiting until the midterm to do your readings and preparation. But for now, no quizzes is posted. It's only the project and the midterm and the final. Any other questions? Okay. If there is no questions, thank you very much for attending the first class, and we'll see you next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, guys.